At race time, despite proving himself over shorter distances so far, the favourite was Spalato from John O'Hara stables. He had been unbeaten in 3 starts, including a victory in the previous leg of the Singapore 4-year-old challenge, the Group 1 Patrons Bowl, which was over 1600 metres on the 22nd of June. Manuel Nunes was on board once again, looking to secure his 3rd consecutive victory atop the 4-year-old. His main threat, Step It Up from Sunny O's yard, had run second to Spalato in the Patrons Bowl and was looking at reversing form on him with David Flores in the saddle, considering that he was going 400 metres further. The field also included Bendician from Takaoka's yard, who had run 3rd on that occasion, and he too would be looking at franking his form if not improving it, with his regular rider Alan Munro on his back. Johnny Guitar was another strong contender from Pat Shaw's yard. He was the only one in the field who had run in both the previous legs of the 4-year-old challenge. A 3rd in the first leg in the Group 2 Stewards Cup over 1400 metres on the 1st of June had been followed up by a 4th in the Patrons Bowl. Baron Voster, his regular rider, was back in the saddle and would be looking to catapult his charge into the winner's circle here again.
They're ready. Gates back, racing in the Emirates Singapore Derby. Johnny Guitar and Spalato, the best two to leave. Alfonso commenced nicely, and also Cordoba over on the inside. Isnate, Mr. Armstrong, and now Empress Wu going up on the outside. Valbuena making ground the fence, followed by Bendician. Next of all is Magical Talent, then came Panama City. Step It Up had to go back from the wide draw. Wall Street Boy over on the inside, then Vergladica, and Flight of the Saker back to the rear. They leave the straight, and Spalato a little keen in the front. He might get cover as Mr. Armstrong comes around the outside, but there's not a great tempo on here. Mr. Armstrong's going to be allowed to roll to the front by All Press, led over Spalato as they reach the back, then Cordoba. Next of all is Alfonso. Valbuena down on the fence in a lovely position. Out 3 wide is Empress Wu. A length away to Bendician. Down on the inside of Johnny Guitar, then is Nate. Magical Talent next from Panama City. Wall Street Boys moved off the fence. Flight of the Sake of the inside. Then came Step It Up out 3 wide, and Vergladica's at the rear. They march down the back in the Derby, and Mr. Armstrong shows the way. Spalato still a shade keen against Nunes in second. Up on the outside is Cordoba, and the saddle might have slipped forward on Cordoba, so the rider's in a bit of trouble there. He takes over and goes to the front now, Cordoba, but the saddle has slipped. He led by a half length over Mr. Armstrong as the pace really goes on now. This suits Spalato, who's travelling a little more kindly now. Next of all then is Alfonso as they came down towards the top of the straight. Empress Wu makes a smooth. Valbuena still enjoying a lovely run from Bendician. They were followed by Magical Talent sneaking up on the inside. Step It Up going wider. Then Johnny Guitar. Flight of the Saker is Nate over on the inside, and well back Wall Street Boy. Into the straight, Mr. Armstrong is the leader. Spalato tries to run him down at the 300 metres, and now Spalato went to the lead, and he dashed out by 2 over Mr. Armstrong. Bendician into the clear. Step It Up down the outside. Magical Talent, Johnny Guitar battle away. Spalato is clear in the Derby. What a remarkable story. 4 starts, 4 wins, 2 Group 1s in the Emirates Singapore Derby. Spalato bolts in, wins it by 5. Step It Up a massive run second. 3rd might be Magical Talent, then a photo with Vergladica.
Unbelievable. I have no word to say. Honestly, he's a good horse, you know. Today we was worried about 2000 meters, especially me, because he's the kind of horse he jump and run. But today I spoke to John and I said, look, just try to relax him wherever he's happy. And then I'm happy when I took the lead. Lisa come and crossed me. I was able to relax him behind them. And well, about 600 meters. I know I have plenty of horse left, so I said, well, from here we go, and he just bows. He went so easy. He's a very nice horse. Well, I promise you one thing. When they come the home straight, when I press the button, he just responded to me so quickly. I said, wow, I don't think anyone can catch me. So when I looked at the TV, I was by 3-4 easy. So yeah, of course, before the race, I don't respect that, but he's so good. He done a great job, and well done for John and all the connection. Done a great job with the horse.
Spalato justified his favourite tag as he took up the running at the top of the turn and sailed across the line 4 lengths clear of the 2nd place finisher Step It Up. The outsider Magical Talent from Laurie Laxton's yard was 3rd. Vergladica from Steve Burgess' stable was 4th, while Bendician and Johnny Guitar were 5th and 6th respectively. Spilato has now made it 4 out of 4 with 2 group wins. The son of elusive city has taken his earnings over $900,000 in Singapore.